All praises to the Most High. I thank and praise God to be back with the family. Again, being able to expound the wisdom of the Most High, share with you all. Just broadcasting and publicizing out into the airways. Hopefully, someone will hear and understand the message. So the message is tonight talking about this bill that was passed in Georgia, that if anybody say anything insulting about the small hats, that they can be prosecuted. If you say anything insulting to the small hats, if you indict them for their crimes, if you mention the crimes that they are committing on the earth, you are subject to prosecution. This is what the brother here is bringing out, and I'm just interested in, because what his title and everything caught my eye. So, but then just a little, and I thank him for being obedient to the Most High and bringing it out. It is a good topic. I don't know how he's going to end it, but I'm just listening to the tone. His tone is, it seems like it's suggesting that this is something that the Most High has ordained for us. Like, you know what I mean? Like the bills and the so-called laws, which are not laws, they're legalese. They're not laws because everybody didn't agree on this. It only can be laws if the people ask that these laws be put in place, and they all agree that they be laws, right? But that's just a body of people that agree in their fake territory, only territory on paper, in their fake existing world, they make laws, and everybody that subject themselves to the jurisdiction of this fake group, fake government, fake territory, they don't really exist, because what they suggest is not godly. It's not godly. But anyway, this fake group of people suggests that they can make laws, and then the whole world have to follow them. Just a few of them people, but they claim the territory of, they claim everybody else's world. They claim your world and say, in your world, we have some laws we want you to follow, okay? In your world, we have in our world, we have created laws that we want to bring to your world, and we want to force you to follow them. If you don't agree to do it, then we'll kill you now. And if you do agree to do it, then we expect you to follow them, and we are your gods. We're your new gods now. You can't keep your laws, your customs, you can't do it. That's what these people are imposing on the whole world, and we're supposed to go along with it, right? If you say anything else derogatory toward us, mention any crimes that we committed, point the finger at us about anything, then we're going to come and take you and put you in our jails. That's what they're saying. Man, if this ain't the prophecy, the prophecy coming to pass, and the devil shall take you, and some of you, and put you in jail. They can't help it, man. They're exposing themselves, like Job 9:20 said, if I justify myself, all of this is an attempt to justify who they say they are, the small hats. They are trying to justify on the earth, moving people in places, moving other people out of the land, boxcarring other people in and making poses, make them stand up and pose like they are the people of the land, just to justify the big lie that they have told that they are, the identity that they stole, they are not those people of Revelation 2 and 9, 2 and 13. You're not the Jews. And see, the only reason we bite our tongues and try to make sure we're saying the right thing, because we don't want our message to be cut short. We ain't scared of nobody now. Just let that be known. We're not scared of nobody. We just don't want our message to get cut short before it broadcasts, before the trumpet blow all over the earth, because this is going to be stopped. And we ain't got to do nothing but blow the trumpets. You can't stop the trumpets now. You might try to cut the message off of somebody else, so you can't cover the whole earth. I don't care how many satellites you got. You can't stop God's word from going out. We're going to broadcast it with our voices, just like this, one another. And not only that, the Holy Spirit move from us one to another. He bring the message. You have an unction from the Holy Ghost. We know all things. We know all things because we have an unction from the Holy Ghost. You can't stop the grapevine. You can't stop the grapevine. You can't stop it because the Holy Spirit is the grapevine in these days. So I'm gonna show you this video, and and I'm just pointing out two or three things. I keep pointing to the fact that we have to stand up and declare our separation from the government. We're gonna have to do it. We're gonna have to do it, and that's what we're moving to it. And I declare, and I stand on it. And if I'm lying, then I got the wrong perception of what the Most High is pointing us to do in these scriptures. In these scriptures, the Most High is pointing all Israel to stand up and say, we are not a part of your kingdom. We are not a black. We are not Negro. We're not colored. We are the Israelites. We are the Native Americans. We are the Northern Kingdom. We are the Moors. We are all those people. Quit trying to play games and divide us. We are the same people that was here. We're the same people that you ran out of Europe and out of West Africa. We're here in Babylon. We're the army that you're so afraid of. And not only that, is God putting us together as y'all chop us down? Yes, he's still putting us together while you chop the 2/3 down. And not only that, while every chop you make on the 2/3, they might be out of fellowship with the Most High. They might be in sin. They might be harming each other. They might be doing all kind of ungodly sin. But they are still the apple of the Most High's eye. And every swing you make at them, to chop them down, you chopping. It's a two-edged sword. You chopping in your own life. You shortening your kingdom. You shortening your life on earth. You shortening your family's life. You sealing your fate. You're driving the nail in the coffin. You're doing it all to yourself. You're doing it all to yourself. Now we're gonna get to this, and I want to show you some things that they are pointing out that is not godly. They are show you what this law is not godly, and God has the reverse of it. And I'm gonna read it to you after I show you these bullet points right here.
Anti-Semitism. Well, they'll probably have to update that because now it is legally binding because it is referenced in Georgia law. And it says anti-Semitism is a certain perception of Jews, which may be expressed as hatred towards Jews. So it's just a perception, right? That can be deemed as anti-Semitism. It says rhetorical and physical manifestations of anti-Semitism are directed towards Jews or non-Jewish individuals. That's an interesting add-on. And or their property, toward Jewish community, institutions, and religious benefits. All right, so this is kind of like, a generic, open-ended definition. You can kind of lump a bunch of stuff in there. But they didn't just stop here, family. What they did was that they started adding the examples. So remember, in House Bill 30, they also referenced the examples. So we saw at the beginning part, they talked about the examples. They referenced the examples, but also further down, they're going to also talk about these examples being part of this law. So because we're here, let's go ahead and take a look at some of these examples that are considered anti-Semitism.
Okay, first of all, I'd like to read something to you guys out of a book because, like I said, the tone that he's coming with is like these laws really apply to us. So in other words, they keep sucking us back. With people like this, they're sucking, making us think that these laws are valid and they apply to us. These laws are only applied to their citizens. People who think that whoever made this law, whatever government, United States, let them be the United States. But they're only the United States of the people who unite with them. That's what United States mean. Everybody's a state. Everybody is their own world. You have to unite with other people and agree, be in cahoots with them, and agree that you're going to enforce. You're going to enforce the power that you bring together. You're going to enforce it. You're going to stand by it. You're going to make laws. You're going to enforce this community behavior. You're going to enforce the culture. You want everybody to follow, stay in suit, so you can be ethnically united in your cohesive in your thinking, cohesive in your daily work. You want to be cohesive as a nation. That's what it is. Now you're just one nation. Okay? And that means everybody that's with you, agree with you, they're in contract with you to form a nation, a community. The people that are not in agreements with you and not united and pledge allegiance to your country, they are not united with you. Now that's the way it is. China don't have to unite with Japan. United States is not united with China and calling themselves Chinese. We united Chinese Edomites. Cavemen. No. You can't unite with people just because you say and then go and make them follow your rules. Now I want to show you guys something. Look at this book. Common Law Handbook for Grand Juries, We the People. This is a small little handbook, right? This is what the grand juries and the common law is what? God law, God-given laws. Every man lives equal on the earth, have dominion over the earth. He rules his own world. That's what common law is. This is God's given law. Every man's right to exist on the earth without another man coming and forcing him to be subjected to his will. You can't force other people to be subjected to your will. That's what common law is. That's what common law is. Now, this is the grand jury. These are people we convene together, grand jury, to say whether we have a crime or not. Is this a crime that we can try in court? We the people. The people. The people. Now, if I unite with you and you make a law I don't like and you say, hey, that's the way it's going to stand, then I'm not a part of you no more. Now, the only people you can enforce that law on is the people that are part of you. They in your community. They're part of your organization. That's all it is, an organization. It's a company. It's a corporation. On paper, that's all you are, making laws. You can't step back out on God's arena where everybody else is and force them to make keep your corporation laws. Let me show you here. Introduction. Governments by consent. Government by consent. Under our system, now he's calling it here's their system, but this is God's system here. Under our system of government, upon the individual and intelligence of the citizens, upon the individual intelligence of the citizens. So the citizens made this up, right? Based on their intelligence. Where they get the intelligence from? The fact that every man is created equal under God. Regardless of who they force who they said, well, those people over there just 3/5 or what. Regardless, they understand that every man is equal. Now, based on your intelligence, if you don't understand that and don't know that, if you don't understand that and know that, we'll get back to the video. I just want to read this. If you don't understand that, then they can manipulate you, right? That's what's been happening to us, because they took us in captivity as children, and the parents, they did them just like they're doing on the border now. They make laws, run the parents away, ran the parents down in South America like they've been doing. That's the whole thing they're doing now. They've been doing it. Take the kids in captivity and raise them as their slaves and say they brought them from Africa. That's what's happening now. They ran us out of America, and when they shipped us off on these other lands and ran us out into the wilderness where we eventually died, then they took our children and our women and our men, the young men, and they raised another nation. They kept the nation going as slaves. A nation who had no idea what their culture was, who they came from, who they were, where they were going, who their ancestors were, nothing about their culture. That's how they dumbed us out. They think they want to make us think we're dumb. No, they just didn't teach us what they were supposed to do, right? What they were supposed to teach us. Let me keep reading here, because it's going. Let me make sure. Okay, let me read this. Government by consent. Under our system of government, upon the individuality of intelligence of the citizens, the state does not claim to control his or her concept as his or her conduct to others. They see what I mean? They don't control that. They don't attempt to control it, except as his and her conduct to others. That's the only thing the government is supposed to step in without your consent, is when you people are hurting each other. They don't attempt to control citizens coming and going, and because they are delegates of the government. That's what it's saying. Government by consent. Okay, that's what they're explaining. Government by consent to you. Under our system of government, upon the individuality and intelligence of the citizens, it's based on having intelligent citizens and know who they are and what the common law is, what their God-given rights are. The state does not claim to control his or her, except as his or her conduct to others, leaving his or her solely judged as to all that affects him or her. Okay? Every man is independent of all laws. See what it said? Every man is independent of all laws. Laws are only, except for the God-given laws, other laws are only made for those who agree to your jurisdiction, to be a part of your citizenship and to be ruled by you, and say, I'll follow these rules, else I can't be a part of your citizenship. That's all it is. If I don't follow your rules, then you can stop me from being a part of your citizenship. You can't take me and put me in jail, because I gave consent to that. If I just say, hey, something ain't working for me now, I'm not a part of your citizenship no more. That's it. You can't rule over me. I'm back to my God-given rights again. Common law. I'm back to common law. I got to keep this moving, keep it current. Okay? So it says the sovereignty of a state. Let me go back here. It says every man is independent of law except for those prescribed by nature. Let me say, every man is independent by law except for those prescribed by nature. What's prescribed by nature? Common law, God-given law. Every man is free. Every man have dominion over the earth at the same time over your own world, as long as you're not creating something to hurt somebody else. Right? Given by nature. Okay? Every man is independent from law except those prescribed by nature, aka common law is not bound by any institutional form by his fellow without his consent. You hear? Ain't that what I just said? Common law, your God-given rights to live free from anybody else's rights or will, anybody else's laws they try to command on you is not bound. Is not bound not bound by any institutional form by his fellow without his consent. Now, if I consent to be a part of your organization, then by contract, if I do something against the organization, I got to pay the contract, pay the penalty, right? Okay. None of us consented to be their citizens, right? Nobody did. They forced us through the birth certificate fraud and all of that, right? Okay, we got it. Okay. They say the sovereignty of a state, a person, the sovereignty, the God-given rights of a person, a state does not reside in the persons who fill the different departments of the government. The sovereignty of the people does not depend and not in the power of the people who fill the government. So you can't take my sovereignty away. You can't take my God-given rights away. I can resort back to them at any time and say, I'm tired of playing your fake government game. You trying to hurt me. I break the contract, no penalty. No penalty. You broke the contract when you tried to hurt me. Right? Because I'm gonna tell you why. They break the contract for us to act not hostile to them whenever they violate the Constitution, their oath of office, because that Constitution says that they have to follow all of these principles that you can find in this book. They have to follow all of these principles. And now they are saying that they agree. They made these laws here, so-called laws, legalese, UCCs, that these people have came up with to say will hold them unaccountable for their crimes against the people of this land. They are attempting to hold themselves not guilty for the people. Ain't that Bible prophecy? For the people of this land. So, okay, I want to read just a little bit more. We're going to get into these bullet points. Then, in this country, abide with the constituency and not with the agency. And this remark is true. This remark is true, both in references to the federal and state government. Okay, government by consent. So if this holds true, then government by the consent, it means the people gave you power. As long as you don't hurt them, then you have power to delegate for them, not against them. You have to delegate for me. When your government start delegating against you, then there cease to be your government. They have vacated their oath of office. They vacated their seat. That is a federal crime. They lock people up from that, especially correction officers. You just seen where they locked a woman up for that, vacated her seat, her oath of office, just because she started dating she broke their policy and started dating a prison, run their prison rules and say they can't date the inmates.
Religious benefits. All right, so this is kind of like, a generic open.
Okay, what we're going to do, we're going to open it up and watch these bullet points. Then I'll come back with this last section, and that'll be it.
Open-ended definition. You can kind of lump a bunch of stuff in there. But they didn't just stop here, family. What they did was that they started adding the examples. So remember, in House Bill 30, they also referenced the examples. So we saw at the beginning part, they talked about the examples. They referenced the examples, but also further down, they're going to also talk about these examples being part of this law. So because we're here, let's go ahead and take a look at some of these examples that are considered anti-Semitism. Now, it's interesting that they, it starts off with the most legitimate reason for anti-Semitism. It says, calling for, aiding, or justifying the killing or harming of Jews in the name of radical ideology or an extremist view of religion.
Now, I don't know what he's about to say, but that's nobody never did that to them. Nobody ever did that to them. They were the people. The Most High is the only one that said he's going to he's holding that against Amalek. We're pointing out who they are, and they know that the Most High already have declared judgment on them and said in the last day he's going to pronounce the judgment and then show them to be the devils on the earth and the ones who kept all this commotion against us going, and not only that, they instigated every captivity for the people to hold us in captivity and all our captivity. They are the instigators. They are the people that fund the slave trade. They are the people that set up the laws. They are the people that stole the money. They are the people that did everything. They are the people now that's running everything. That's what they're saying. What I'm saying, now you can't say it in Georgia anymore. You can't point their crimes out to them anymore. Didn't the Bible say that they would do that in the end? Okay, let's go on.
Now, first comment on this one, family. This should apply to everybody. This should apply to everybody. Everybody should benefit. Everyone should benefit from.
And see, that's what I keep talking about. His tone is like he don't realize that government, that we are not a part of that government. Why should they make rules that will help us while they trying to hurt us? It just don't make sense. You wouldn't make rules to help people while you're making rules to hurt them same people at the same time. The devil cannot work in a divided house. He cannot bring us down at the same time, have a system going to keep us from falling. You see what I'm saying? And this brother is he's pointing out what they're doing as if it's a shock to him or it's something they shouldn't be doing. They should be doing this. But just like I said, I'm going to tell you in the end. Let's look at some more. No, just like I said, we are not a part of their government, so they can do what the hell they want to do. They just can't violate that Constitution, the Peace and Friendship Treaty. Once they do come to lock us up for being out there on the streets, all Israelites should flood the streets and take everybody in captivity and put them in our jails for violating our common God-given rights. All Israelites, what we talking about being a government again? We ain't got to kill them, just run, lock them up, and go. We can go run and take them to the city jail and get everybody out of that city jail, or either everybody that's in there holding us captivity in those jails, man. If we have to do it, if you have to take over a government that's doing you wrong and killing you, you can just use the facilities that they're using. If you got enough people in power and power walking with you, you don't have to use no guns or nothing, man. Once you grab that government up and put them in jail where they're supposed to be, and you take over your government back, then that's it. That's it. And I'm not taking over the United States government. We need a place to hold our prisoners too. You ain't giving us nothing, so we gotta at least take something. We're not trying to take everything back. We're uniting back together, and we need a jail to hold our prisoners from that violate us and from our people, and we need to take you and your people in captivity because you have been terrorists on the earth. You have been terrorists in our land, and you have killed our ancestors, and now you want to finish us off. No, we're going to take some of the jails back when Most High give us the okay to do it. When y'all push us so far, the only thing we can do is put your criminals in jail because you won't follow the law that you swore to uphold, then we might have to take a jail. We might have to take a city county building. But we ain't going to do it until it's enough of us. We'll know. He'll send us out. Ain't nobody running out 1 to 210 with a few little guns. No, we ain't coming at you like that. When we come at you, you're going to be so broke down. The Most High going to be and broke you down so bad, you're going to run underground. You're going to run underground. And so that's when we'll take the jails once y'all run underground. There's going to be too many of us. It's going to be too many. I'm going to tell you who coming first at you. The terror. The terror who y'all brought over in this country after killing their relatives and destroying their ancestors and making slaves out of their babies. They going to get you first. And the wheat. The Ephraim. That's who God is shooting out the bow at y'all. The people y'all bringing over thinking y'all brainwashing and going to make them be y'all slaves. That's the new people. Okay? That's who's going to get y'all first. Not us. Not the dark brown people. But your bastard children are going to get you first for the way you've been treating them. Like they are just plain old slaves just like the rest. You know they're your bloodline. The terror. That's who's going to get you first. Over all the earth. The terror going to attack the government first. Watch and see. Ephraim. Ephraim. That's in the land of Ephraim right now. Where Ephraim dwell. They dwelling with Ephraim. Right now. They dwelling with Ephraim. Enslaved, in captivity. You left them there in captivity. You know they were white. You know they were Edomites. You could have brought them out. Now you want to bring them out, steal their kids, rape them, give them crumbs, make them live on the streets like dogs. Ephraim gonna get you first, man. Yo bastard children, the terror is gonna get y'all first. While y'all shooting and sicking dogs on us and stuff, Ephraim gonna be picking your pockets. Watch. Watch and see. You don't sow evil seeds, man. You're gonna get a wicked crop. Come on, brother.
Or justifying the killing or harming of Jews in the name of radical ideology or an extremist view of religion.
Everything I just did in Georgia, I would have went to jail for. That's what the Most High said. Preaching of the gospel is gonna become illegal. Can't y'all see? You Christians are never gonna be able to teach the truth if you can't. If you know, you ain't gonna never be able to teach the truth. You ain't gonna never turn back because now you can't teach the truth. But we gonna keep teaching it. We gonna keep broadcasting. They gonna come for us. Some of us gonna turn ourselves in. Some of y'all gonna turn yourself in. Some people gonna take off running. Some people, that's how they did when they first came over. That's how they did the Native Americans. The same way they doing us now. They got the whole program, man. They know how to do us, man. They know how to come at us, man. Now, are y'all going to all unite, or you going to do like the early Northern Kingdom and just scatter out and run and be enemies toward each other? Or are we going to stand up and make these people stand in their place and stop the war, man? We trying to stop the war. We can't beat them with them guns, but they can't beat us either. So God going to have to slaughter a whole lot of people, man. But now, if we don't stop and let God come back in power, all the Edomites going to get destroyed, man. He's trying to save some of y'all for the kingdom under the Israelites back into Israel. Now, yeah, I'm trying to persuade you, because I know I don't want you fighting with your people and die. You can't beat the Most High. So, yeah, I'm trying to persuade you to come, start working, picking your people out, get them radical ones, lock them up yourself. Get them yourself, man. Be a blessing to Israel like the Most High assigned y'all to do. Yeah, y'all already assigned according to the foreknowledge of the Most High. Now let's see. Let's see what you're gonna do with it. Or do you all deserve to die like Babel, like Sodom and Gomorrah? You know, he destroyed all but 8 people. Okay? Now let's see what y'all made of. You said some good Edomites on the earth. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see what y'all made of. Start cleaning your race up, man. Start cleaning your people up, man. Clean your people up, Edomites. Clean your people up, the rest of you nations. If you don't want to get slaughtered and destroyed, you want to make it over into always talking about God love everybody. Let's see. Let's see how much you love him. Clean your people up.
Now, first comment on this one, family. This should apply to everybody.
Nope.
This should apply to everybody. Everybody should benefit.
Everybody that call themselves black, Negro, and colored, they apply to you because you trying to go in and be beggars into their system. I put them scriptures all on Facebook. You can't be a beggar. He ain't a beggar. A beggar should be dead. That's y'all. Stop begging. Stop begging the system, man.
Everyone should benefit from protection from, justifying the killing or harming of anybody in the name.
No. They hate us. They supposed to kill us. They doing exactly what the Most High assigned them to do. That's to make us gather up. Not to say, oh, come wait, let's love us. Love us. Why ain't you supposed to be loving us? No, wait, this is supposed to go for... No, that law right there is to make us gather up as one people. That's the only way they're going to stop killing us. As long as we separate and straggling behind the Israelites, he going to pick y'all off, man. Like he did when we came out of Egypt. That's Amalek. That's Amalek. He trying to point the finger at Amalek. They are the devils on the earth. They are the chief place where the devils dwell and worship. They do all the worshiping for the Satan, for the spiritual demon Satan. The Most High is pointing at them. You ain't got to say nothing about them out loud. We know who y'all are. When we see y'all coming, you better not be coming with no bull. Okay? Bring your big nose cell phone over here and play games. Play games. We ain't never stood y'all. We ain't never backed down from you. If you coming by yourself, you better come like you came with at Gaza. But the Most High ain't gonna let you do it because what you just did to Gaza sealed your fate. It sealed your fate. You've been exposed. You going down. United States and the small hats. Y'all all together. Y'all going down. You don't do what you did to us and then turn around and say, now we can do it to anybody on earth. You're going to get, even though they hit the heathen, you're going to get done this summer, I bet you. Before the summer's over, y'all going to say, wow, we can't just go around killing people on earth. Most High is judging us. You're going to see before this summer's over. Mark my words. Let's see.
Of a radical ideology, or an extremist view of religion. So this should apply to everyone on the planet, especially here in the U.S. Right. So this shouldn't be just unique to the Jewish people.
Now, you see, the man have this kind of knowledge to dig down and do this research and follow, but he don't know that that's them and their law. That's the fake law to keep us from serving our law, the common law. The common law is set up for the fifth district court, let me see, the common law court in the federal. It's a federal. It's got to go before the Supreme Court. Everything we get judged on got to go before the Supreme Court, the federal court. We got to go before the Supreme, which is the common law court. The 3D court, right? That's what we got to go before. They can't hold us in their state courts. They can't judge us because they don't have jurisdiction over subject matter, over foreign citizens. They don't have jurisdiction over us. We are foreign citizens, meaning we are not United States. We are not Edomites. We are Israelites. Simple as that. We are not Edomites. We are Israelites. Go back to our biblical name. We are not what they call themselves when they came over here, Caucasians, Europeans. Although they're really not Europeans. They're from Syria. They're the Edomites. We're not them. You can look at us like Whoopi Goldberg said. You can look at us and tell who we are. When they arrest you, if you don't know who you are, when they come up on you, you got to ask them real nice, because you remember you're dealing with a devil. You want their best behavior. You ask them who gave them who delegated their authority over us. Who delegated them to be an authority over us? Because governments derive their powers. Let's look at this again. Wait. No, man, this is learning. Governments by consent. Under our system, government upon every individual intelligence, they get their power from the individual people that they work for. They don't work for us. We never assigned them to delegate for us. How can children assign people? But now that we are adults, we assign ourselves. We're back in our God-given frame of mind. We assign ourselves. We have our God-given law. Didn't it just say down here that every man is independent of all laws? Every man is independent of all laws. That means no man can enforce their laws, force you to keep their laws, unless you agree to be a part of their company. So we should be discussing their laws. You shouldn't even be discussing their laws. You should be discussing, okay, fine, that's what y'all doing over there. But these are our laws. We have our laws, God-given laws. You cannot come in our land, steal us, take us, move us, kill us, do nothing without us being able to do the same thing to you to stop your illegal terrorists from coming doing exactly what y'all say Israel had, exactly the way the small hats defended themselves is where every nation has a right to defend themselves. They only have that humane society to stop people from overkill and treating people like animals. And just, you get so mad at them, you got the power, you can go in and kill a whole village. No, you can't go in and kill the women and kids in their village unless the Most High tell you to. This is not the time. The Most High is he is telling people to do what they do. Well, he's got them doing it. He said, I kill and I'll make alive. He's got people doing it. But as a nation, on the earth, everybody living as all in charge, all have dominion of their own world, you do not have the right to take your world into somebody else's world and take their world and destroy their world. That's not every man living equal on the earth. This is what we got to see. We got to realize the Most High set this up for us to have a common law, a God law. We ain't supposed to let these people rule over us like terrorists like that. But we're going to have to do it because y'all won't come together. Let's see.
Of a radical ideology, or an extremist view of religion. So this should apply to everyone on the planet, especially here in the U.S. Right. So this shouldn't be just unique to the Jewish people. It should be, my opinion, common for everyone.
Yes, your opinion.
But let's keep reading. It says, making mendacious, dehumanizing, demonizing, and stereotypical allegations about Jews such as the power of Jews collectively, such as especially, but not exclusively, the myth about a world Jewish conspiracy or of Jews controlling the media, the economy, the government, or other societal institutions. So like the stuff that Kanye West, brought out, is considered anti-Semitism. And
no, but see how he excluded himself from that. I don't know if he's gonna go back and pick himself up and what. No, well, I don't think I ever seen him on the streets teaching on the streets. A lot of these people that's doing television behind the computer, I don't think they believe in the camps. But the camps are the most efficient way of publicizing the word. And they had to suffer. They had to suffer getting locked up and going to jail at first for coming out, keeping their First Amendment and calling their people back to their heritage. Not only that, in one of these articles here, it talks about the responsibility of the United States government to, okay, because the government, okay, here, right here. I'm not lying. This bottom part there. Okay, I'll read it. Because the government failed in their duty to assure the proper education of our schools, it is the duty of the people to self-educate, educate their sheriff, educate our children. This is the purpose of these series of handbooks and the books government and the book government by consent scheduled to be released. It's already been released. Go look, find that book. I got it. But it was their duty. It's in the rights of human the human rights. It's in the indigenous and the human rights, the rights of indigenous people and the human rights organization. They got a constitution. They got a rule book just like the Constitution, just like the we got them. That's what I was reading to you in those videos that I was making. Now, everything that they're doing now is a violation of their office, of their visa. They're not supposed to be the government. The United States government ceased to be a government when they vacated their seat. They vacate their seat when they pass these laws. When they pass these laws to violate our Constitution, to give the right of these people that they're protecting, the right to do and not be charged for their crimes against us, and give them the right to come and run rampant over us. We're in the legal system, in the school system, and everything that the genocide, the eugenics that they created, they give them the right to create those systems and hold those systems in place that are tearing us down and destroying us every day. The United States ceased to be a government. We can't work with them. They brought their allies, the small hats over here, and everybody else over here to destroy us, all their bastard children, all of the terror. They brought them over here to destroy us. Now, that's why the Most High said they gotta go into captivity. He's gonna tear them down. We're gonna get to watch him tear our terrorists down right in front of us, and they're gonna be vacated. They vacated their seat, just like Saul, King Saul, tore Nathan's garment, and God rent the kingdom out of his hand. Just like they vacated their seat to protect us from the people that they bring over here, and they brought them over here and made merchandise over here, a delicacy for the world. God is going to tear them, rent them out of their seat, and make them a delicacy for the whole world. The curse is reversed. You can be mad at me if you want to. Let's look at these bullet points, because this man right here don't have a clue.
But then would be eligible for this enhanced punishment. So saying that the Jews control the media is subject to this enhanced punishment in Georgia. And if we keep reading, family, says the next qualification, it says accusing Jews as a people of being responsible for real or imagined wrongdoing committed by a single Jewish group, or even for acts committed by non-Jews.
See what he said? He said, for real. If you accusing them, if you saying they're responsible for real or imaginary crimes, real crimes included. If you saying they are guilty of crimes, and even if you got the proof, the group of persons or group, or even an act of a committee by a non-Jew, you can be punished for a crime. If you're a non-Jew and you got a committee together and say, hey man, let's look at what these people doing over here to people, they say that's a crime. You know these people crazy, man. The Most High gonna slice them down. What they doing? Man, what they doing, you can see them get sliced in pieces for this. Watch. Man, the Most High, it ain't gonna be no, he said that it won't be no doubt in nobody on the earth's mind that I did it. Since you laughing at me and say I can't protect my people and that I'm gonna let them go and I ain't a real God and you the God on earth, he said when I slice you, the whole world gonna know I sliced you. He gonna know I degraded you because you are the wicked and you called me wicked. And you thought I wasn't going to come back. You thought I wasn't going to hear you. You spit on my people. You blood curdled them. And you thought I wasn't going to hear you. You thought you was going to get away. Now the whole world will see. And I'm going to have my people come and take you up and do the count, take you all up or whatever. Just look at you, walk around, look at you. But you're going to be sliced and diced for what you did to my people. I love those people. And you Ashkenazis don't give a damn about me and the apple of my eye. So I don't give a damn about you. And the harder you hit and swing and try to cut the last little head of the little bitty one off, I'm going to expose you, have you running under tunnels, in and out of tunnels, doing ungodly things, a nasty mouth dog you to babies, your own babies. All right, let's see.
So accusing Jews, people of being responsible for real or imagined. So even if you accuse someone of a real crime, that potentially is anti-Semitic. All right, depending on how they parse that, that verb. So that's an eyebrow raiser. But let's keep reading. It says the next one says, denying the fact, scope, and mechanisms. Example: gas chambers, or intentionality of the genocide of the Jewish people at the hands of National Socialist Germany and its supporters and accomplices during.
All right, we ain't got to listen to your slow reading. We understand. So you saying denying that happened. We say, if you ask me, hey, did the Holocaust and all that really happen? I say, I don't think so. What you think about it? I don't care nothing about it. I don't think they're our enemies. They hate us. They did the same thing to us. They say, if you do that, if you deny that happened and say that they wasn't the greatest, their plight and their tragic what would I want to call it? I don't even know the event. They call it genocide of the Jews when Ashkenazi is an Edomite. Ashkenazi, you're an Edomite. What do you mean genocide of the Edomites? Genocide rule the world. Edomites rule the world. Who's trying to genocide the Edomites but the Edomites? You're an Edomite. You're not an Ashkenaz. You're not you're a small hat. Put it like that. Okay? So let's go on, man. We see the mindset of this brother. I'm gonna see if
the enhanced punishment minimum, right? Minimum is a 6 months in prison minimum for misdemeanor.
Y'all see who that is?
And then for a
I want y'all to go look.
Minimum 2 years
6 months
in prison.
Just for saying,
2 years.
I don't believe y'all. I don't believe that really happened to you.
My cousin, Pastor Kelly. Shalom, Pastor Kelly. How you doing? Shalom.
Okay, he come to Pastor Kelly. I'll let you go look on his video. I'll let you go look for them. They got a commentary. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys already heard it, but I want to make mine because they don't have the right tone. And I'm sure Pastor Kelly is not going to contradict his lower court. The higher court ain't going to contradict the lower court. So I'll let you go look at it. All praises to the Most High and Christ. All blessings. Let's strengthen, man. We got to strengthen. I'm going to get on live, and I'm going to get on live on Facebook and YouTube. We got to come together and keep talking about this live, man. Come together and stop. They have vacated their seat. They no longer follow the Constitution or any of the treaties If they are the people they say they are, and they're not trying to hold us in captivity to their laws, then they don't have a problem with the Constitution, the Peace and Friendship Treaty, all the other treaties they made with us who are still here, the Native Americans, the Northern Kingdom. We are still here. We made those treaties. They didn't kill every. Gad wasn't the only tribe here. You said they killed all 70,000 Gads. They wasn't the only tribe here. It was way more than that of them anyway. And they were northern, and they were black. Put it like that. They were black. With different shades of brown, from light skin to the darkest skin. From the lightest shade to the darkest shade. Okay? So all praises to the Most High. We're going to get out here and start doing some questionnaires. We're going to find out how the people thinking. What is thinking straight? What is thinking straight? Because we are appealing to the Christians and the elders and the young people too. We all got to gather together. No, there's no such thing as having a young group without an old group. The young and the old men work together. You're never going to have a young army without an old army. You're never going to tell all the old men go somewhere and sit down, and they got all the knowledge and wisdom of the weaponry. So we got to work together. So what we're going to do as Israelites is come together. The elderly come together. Not elderly, I'm going to tell you, if you in your 40s, you elderly to some of the young soldiers we got coming up, right? So we're going to get together and find out what we can do to support our young army. We love our young people. We love our young army. We want to protect them, support them, make sure they got everything they need to be out there on the streets and to do what they have to do, that a young army, young warriors have to do to protect the nation. We're going to do it. So help us, young people, elderly, let's get together. And I'm going to be out on the streets down in my city and coming around to some of the churches. And I'm a little under the weather sometimes. You know, my knees, my back, my spirit is below a lot of times. Sometimes I'm high spirit, sometimes I'm feeling good. I can walk a few feet, you know, but I'm coming out, and I don't know how it's going to turn out, but I'm going to come out. I can't live no longer in here like this, okay? I got to be a part of the fight. All praises to the Most High in Christ. God bless you.
Great, yourself. Want to say Shabbat, Shalom to you.
Oh, all is well.